Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to learn about the Moorings Yacht Charters. I'm Beverly McLean, Covington's social media director and travel blogger. We also have some Covington vacation advisors joining us on the line. Before we get started, just a little housekeeping detail. We'll leave all the microphones open and you're welcome to ask questions at any time. Although if you're not speaking, please mute your own microphone to prevent any background noise. If you don't have a mic, you can type your questions or comments into the chat box at any time, and we'll address them as they go. Today, after 50 years at sea, the Moorings has established its reputation as the world's premier yacht charter company. Their award-winning charter fleet now includes more than 400 yachts in 20-plus destinations across the globe. Whether it's a self-skippered monohull, a sail catamaran with the skipper at the helm, a high-performance power catamaran, or a crewed yacht with the captain and chef, the Moorings will make your time on the water truly unforgettable. Now, I'd like to introduce our guest host today. She is Mary Liz Wheelis. She's the East Coast Business Development Manager with the Moorings. Mary Liz lived in the Caribbean for 12 years and now resides in Stamford, Connecticut. She's been in the industry for over 30 years and owns Mary Liz Representation, a company that focuses on niche travel experiences. We are thrilled to have you, Mary Liz, to talk about the Moorings Yacht Charters today, so we can share with you the unique experience of sailing vacations. Mary Liz, I'm going to go ahead and share, give you control.
Okay, thank you, Beverly.
And let's see here.
I'm just going to put it on my, whoops.
Did you get it?
I have it.
Okay.
I'm going to have to back it up. And where is it? Oh, there we go. Slideshow from the beginning.
I'm liking the look of it already.
There you go. So you want me to go for it?
Sure, go right ahead. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, everybody. This is great. I love sharing this experience of sailing vacations. It truly is a unique and, our tagline was brought to us by our clients, our guests, people who have experienced this sailing vacation as the best vacation ever. So that is not a line that we made up, but was given by the people who have used our services. So here we are. Just a quick thing about what the presentation, basically, the overview of the Moorings and where we are, pricing, this kind of thing. So to give you a little bit of history, we started from a couple with their passion of sailing, turned into a small business. So Ginny and Charlie Carey, and down here you can see they had 6 monohulls in the BVIs in Tortola. So 50 years later, here's our base today. So obviously the love of sailing has grown as an opportunity for all sorts of folks. This is our largest marina, as I mentioned, in Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. Most of our marinas all over the world do have a place to stay where you shop, a swimming pool, this kind of thing, because most times when you arrive at the marina, you may have to spend the night before you actually set sail, depending on where you are in the world. So our largest marina and our second largest is in the Med in Croatia, which we're so excited about. This has become a very, very popular spot for us. And to open the map, these are the locations that we have all over the world. What's really nice about dealing with the Moorings Yacht Charters and our sister company, Sunsail, is that you're dealing with one company that can help you in so many different places. And all of our vessels are manufactured. We have maybe 3 different manufacturers. They're all made for us. So no matter where you are, we have a wonderful consistency with the service. So the Mediterranean, we're in all these different places. The Mediterranean, we do have a 7-night minimum. So very much because the season is shorter. So it goes anywhere from end of April to the end of October, obviously, depending on the warm weather. And then the exotic, Seychelles, Tahiti, Thailand, and of course, Caribbean. The warm weather, we can do either a 4 or 5 night minimum. 5 night minimum is definitely, you can say 5 nights, no problem. I'm actually working with a client now who is doing what I call a surf and turf, which is great. They're going on their 50th anniversary, or not 50th anniversary, they're going on an anniversary, they're around 50 years old, and they're going back to Antigua, and they're splitting their stay between staying in land at a resort and then also coming with us. And they wanted 4 nights, and we were able to do that for them. Just ask and we'll see what happens. And we're really excited to offer St. Petersburg, Florida. We just started a partnership there. So where are we now? We are in September. So we started this in the beginning of the summer. And we're thrilled for that, for people who would like to explore down the Gulf of Mexico down to the Keys. So this gives you an idea where we are. Here's the St. Petersburg here, which is, again, a wonderful opportunity. We're right next to the Vinoy Marriott. So actually, it's really cool. If you come here and you have to spend the night before you take off, you can actually spend the night on the boat, and you have room service from the hotel, which is really pretty fun. So, okay, so now when you talk about where you want to go, we do offer tried and true suggested itineraries, depending on the amount of time that you're there, for our destinations, the best cruising routes, popular attractions, local recommendations that we've tried and true over the years. And the beautiful thing to keep in mind about when you're chartering a boat is that it is your vessel for the entire time that you have it. So, for example, if you're in the British Virgin Islands, this is a map of our typical, what we call sailing grounds. So if you start from Tortola and you want to stay in Virgin Gorda for 2 nights instead of 1, you can do that. As long as you get the charter back to the marina at the end of the time of your charter, you really can do whatever you like. So this is an example of the sailing grounds in the British Virgin Islands. Here we are at the Dalmatian Islands. So you can see that what we call sailing grounds and also line of sight. You always can see to the next place that you're going. It's just a really nice feeling of being amongst these beautiful islands. And here you would land into Split, which is about, our marinas in Agana. That's about maybe 20, 25 minutes. And if you would like, we can meet you at the airport, help you with your luggage, and guide you to the marina. So once you kind of figure out where you want to go in the world, then, as Beverly very nicely did in the introduction, you decide on what services that you would like. So we obviously have folks who own their own boats, who are very familiar with sailing or power boating, and they want to go to another part of the world, and all they need is the boat itself. That's fine, we can do that, and that's available worldwide. The second is you can take that, again, someone who has their own boat, but they want to, let's say, go to Greece, and they're not too comfortable with handling the yacht on their own. So then we can hire a skipper, and the skipper will be their captain who navigates the waters, a 24-hour concierge. And this, you have to remember, once you have a crew, they do get their own cabin on board. And then the next service would be our fully crewed, which is the ultimate, where you have a captain and a chef, and all the meals and beverages are included in the quote, which comes in really handy if you're, really traveling everywhere, depending on what kind of experience that you're looking for. But in our more remote areas too, like, Belize, Bahamas, where, there's not a lot of restaurants and things around. So the bareboat experience when you charter is very much like if you charter or rent a vacation home. You're going to expect your towels and your linens and your everything in the kitchen. Everything is there ready for you to get go. We will help you with provisioning food if you'd like to do that beforehand. When we'll get a list of food, the shopping will be done and it will be on board. Some people rather do shopping themselves. It's very, certainly a personal choice. We do include snorkel fins. Obviously, with COVID, we do not include the masks any longer. So we do suggest for people to either bring their own, or obviously you can buy one in the area where you start your charter. And with this bareboat experience, you can have a skipper. So let's say you want to sail on your own, but you might need some help in and out of the marina or for the first couple of days just to kind of get your sea legs, so to speak. You can hire a skipper for a couple of days, as you can do with a cook. So this is very much an a la carte type of experience. And the next, as I mentioned, is a fully crewed. So this is here we are enjoying our, our sunset cocktail. This is on our top of our 5800 that is being brought to us by our stewardess. And when we talk about dedicated crew, each captain and the chef work on one boat only. They don't jump from one boat to the other. They are captain and chef of, one particular boat, and they will be on that boat for the entire season. So they're very highly trained, and it's really great because they're very familiar with the boat itself. So the crew, fully crewed, include all your captain, chef, as I mentioned, all your meals, your snacks, your beverages. As I mentioned, we go through the menu with you, what allergies, food dislikes, that kind of thing. So everything is set and ready for you when you board. Fully stocked bar. Obviously, we do house wines and beers, which you can select. Premium you can have. That will be an upcharge. But if you, let's say, go and you have, 2 6-packs of Coke or Stella Artois, whatever it is, and you run out during, we will resupply without charge. Your water sports equipment is included, stand-up paddle boards, kayak, fishing rods, Wi-Fi, housekeeping service, mooring ball fees. If you're not sure what mooring balls are, those white buoys that boats are tethered to out offshore. If you have a bareboat, it's usually anywhere from $35 to $40 a night. All of that's included. I won't get too much into this, so we can talk about that if, as we move forward, someone is interested in chartering someplace in the world. So this is a family having a great time on the paddleboard, and looks like they're just off of, and this looks like Cooper Island. So we know where we want to go, what kind of services. We have to figure out, what kind of boat. Obviously, how many people on board is a key. So we have the power cat, sail catamarans, and the monohulls. The monohulls we cannot offer fully crewed because obviously they're just smaller boats. So the thing to have to remember is that with our sail catamarans, our largest is 6 cabins. So if you have no crew, it's just yourself, you can have up to 12 people. With crew, you have 10 because the crew always requires a cabin. The 58 is a fabulous vessel. Well, they're all vessel, but this is the largest. So if you have couples or family or whoever, we do a lot of birthdays, anniversaries, just getaways. You can see the interior is quite large, and we have everything here, air conditioning, everything that you need, home away from home is there for you. The moorings, this is a Robertson and Crane catamaran, and they're built specifically for the moorings. And as one of the design is where you can walk from the back to the front of the boat, from the interior of the boat, which is not all catamarans allow. And this is one of our other vessels. This is our 5000, also has the top lounge, but this one is not covered. And all of these are available in most of our locations all over the world. All of our cabins are queen size beds, and they all are ensuite, which is another nice thing about the moorings, is that the bathroom has a separate shower. You'll see in some other models with charters that the shower is not closed off. So this is a nice picture of us in the Bahamas. This is our 4800. This is a 4 cabin. So you get the idea. You have interior and you have outside. When I did the 4800 in BVI's, it was just, we ate outside all the time. You just wake up in the morning, get a cup of coffee, you look at the beautiful scenery, you jump in the water. It's really a nice, experience that you only can get from this type of vacation. So the other is the power. The power is coming on stronger. So we have more of these in our fleet. Also, these are good to have. If, for example, if you do have a 5-night minimum and you want to hit all the islands in the BVI's, you can do this on a power, not necessarily on the sail. The only thing about the power is that it's minimum is we only have 4 cabins, same interiors, beautifully equipped, and they all have this wonderful fly deck, third lounge, we call it. And I was here last December with my family. We had 7, 3 couples and a single and a captain. And we just were up here all the time. It has an electric grill and it has a small refrigerator. It's just a wonderful opportunity to sit and enjoy the beautiful surroundings where you are. This is one of our newest models coming in. This is again, these are new models. Will have more room around the bed itself, but they're all still very state of the art. We do not charter any vessels that are older than 6 years old, so they're all very new. And you can request that too. You can say, I want a brand new boat, or I want one 2 years old. It doesn't matter, but we can talk about that. So who likes to join us? Families are just love. Kids, it's very engaging. It's enlightening. It's, physical. It's, they learn a lot. It's just a wonderful vacation for families. We get a lot of people who are more independent because you have your own vessel. The captain is like a 24-hour concierge. So, for example, if you're in the BVIs or if you're in Italy, and they will give requests of restaurants to go to and different things to do while you're there. So that's where it comes into, maybe there's a festival on the island of Hydra, and they have, they'll spend an extra night just to see it. So it's a very, customized, but independent, I would say also. You just flow where the action is. People who enjoy going to places where only small vessels can go. As I mentioned, Hydra is in Greece, and the only mode of transport, you only can get there by boat. The only mode of transportation once you're there are bicycles or a mule, depending on your taste. So you do get to go to these beautiful nooks and crannies that you don't normally get to. Also, people like to be away from the crowds. I mean, you can go into dinner into port, but during the day, if you want to be out and about, just enjoying the beauty on your own, this is the really nice thing about yacht charter. So away from the crowds when you want to be. This is actually Belize that we're looking at now. So, and if you have a group, last January, I worked on a group. There was a wedding in St. Thomas. The wedding party came over to the BVIs, and they chartered 4 boats, and they just had a blast, for 5 days after the wedding. So keep an open mind to that as well. It's a wonderful group experience. The pricing, which we'll get to, you'll see, is quite reasonable. And once you do 1 or 2 boats, you can have different services. So, for example, this thing with the wedding, one guy was a boater, so he didn't need any crew, but another boat, they wanted the full tilt. So it's great because you can mix and match whatever the people want to do. So our pricing is what we call dynamic pricing, which I'm sure everybody's used to, airlines or hotels. It shifts with the time of year and also with the availability. We also have different destination specials every month. That happens when you're booking, and we can see how that all works. And then, as I mentioned, how old the boat is also reflects in the cost. So here we have this sheet, basically just to cut it down for you. High season for 6 people, fully crewed in the Caribbean, let's say Christmas time. This means all your alcohol, all your food, everything is included. It's around $5,800 per person for 6. And if you want to go to the Mediterranean, to Italy or to Greece, peak season will run around $4,600 per person for a week. And don't forget, that's everything included. If you want to pull into, Dubrovnik and go, one thing I should mention with the Mediterranean is that we do not include 2 meals because people want to go in town. They want to see what's going on. So that's, it's very, very good that way. So this is a cost to give you an idea. And to bring it another way, our 5,800 accommodates 10 guests. When you get the quote for the boat, it's like a villa. You get the quote for the whole charter. So the per person has to be broken down. So for example, this is 10 guests. $2,600. Well, we can round it out, $3,000 per week. Everything is included, as well as it goes up, obviously, Christmas time. And for a smaller vessel, 8 guests, obviously the price is going to be less expensive. So we can talk about that a little bit more, but this is basically the pricing around the world. You'd be surprised. Tahiti, different places are in the Med too. I mean, Italy, if you could, oh wait, stop. I'm going to go, this will go right into the video. Sorry. Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
That looks fantastic.
I know, well, it is fantastic. It just takes a lot
Oh
of
my gosh.
I know. And yeah, it is. It's just
And the yachts are much more spacious than I imagined them to be.
well, that's why it's important to have these things because monohulls are made for real sailing, like races, regattas, obviously if 2 people, it's plenty of space. But the catamarans by far are very spacious. Yeah, they're very comfortable, for sure.
Mary Liz, are there any particular Virtuoso amenities? I know the Moorings is a Virtuoso member, and so is Covington Travel. Do you have any special amenities that are included with bookings?
We do. We have in the inside, so to speak, is that we allow 72 hours to hold, which is more than 3 times as much as other customers, because it gives more time. We hold the rate, and it gives more time people to talk and get it together that way. You also have a dedicated person in our office in Clearwater. So obviously, we're a pretty big operation. There's 800 numbers. So you have someone that you can call to for your client directly so you get faster information. And this can be for all over the world, all our destinations. And then we also offer each vessel gets this really beautiful a journal, which they can obviously keep and write about their trip.
Fantastic. That
Mhm.
sounds great. Well, the pricing is actually kind of surprising to me also. Very affordable.
Yes.
I just saw a Virtuoso survey that said that more people are feeling comfortable traveling in a bubble, meaning two or more households that have been following the same type of COVID preparedness and
Right,
safety issues.
right,
And, to have two or three couples travel together, as long as you're comfortable with your friends, obviously.
right.
I mean, that's just a great price
Well, it
with
is.
everything included.
Yes, in particular, I think, if you go off of the Amalfi Coast, which, I mean, you go to Capri and Ischia, you go down to Positano. I mean, you could do that in August, and have whatever it was based on $4,600. I mean, it's just incredible to me, because you still go into the towns, you can get all the different, wines and different things like that. But to your point, yes. It is.
Does anybody online have any questions? If you don't have a mic, we can type in the chat box. I'm not seeing anything right at the moment.
Okay, well, I mean, it's a taste. Keep the clear water in mind. We do have Christmas availability, and also I should mention about St. Petersburg is that they do not have, what do we call, high season rates. So it's even more of a value.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you so much, Mary Liz. I really appreciate you sharing all this information with us. As I mentioned, this webinar will be recorded, so we will be able to share that with our clients and travelers that are interested in sailing yacht vacations. Hope you stay safe up in Connecticut, and we will do our best down here in Virginia, and we welcome questions and follow up from any of our friends online here too.
Super.
All right. Thanks so much, Mary Liz.
All right. Have a good week. Okay.
You too. Bye-bye.